Welcome back, America. It's Hugh Hewitt. United States Senator Tom Cotton joins me this morning. His forthcoming book, Sacred Duty, can be pre-ordered at Amazon, and you will also see him out on his book tour in a couple of weeks. Good morning, Senator Cotton. How are you?
Hey, Hugh. It's good to be back on with you after a couple of weeks home in Arkansas, back in the swamp in Washington. But you're right. In a couple more weeks, my new book, Sacred Duty, will be released, and you can pre-order it on Amazon or anywhere else the world's finest books are available.
And on May 29th, I will be introducing and perhaps gently ribbing Senator Cotton as he comes to the Nixon Library. Tickets available at the Nixon Foundation. Senator Cotton, I got to ask you a legal question. Now, you're a Harvard lawyer, and Representative Jerry Nadler got his law degree from the night program at Fordham while a member of the Assembly, which means he probably knows how to practice law, and you're a Harvard lawyer. Nevertheless, Congressman Nadler said this yesterday about the Attorney General of the United States, who is refusing to go up and be questioned by staff attorneys. Cut number 10.
He is not going to dictate the format of the Judiciary Committee. What we have what we're planning to do is that after the members finish questioning for 5 minutes, the Democratic counsel will have half an hour to question, and the Republican counsel will have half an hour to question. And that's a standard method of doing things. Sometimes it's used, sometimes it's not. It's, in my judgment, an effective way of doing things. And the witness is not going to tell the committee how to conduct its hearing, period.
Now, Senator Cotton, the witness doesn't have to go either if he's going to be questioned by lawyers. Is it a standard matter, a method of doing things with the Attorney General of the United States to have him questioned by staff attorneys?
Well, Hugh, first off, let's just set the record straight. Although I was a lawyer, I have been clean for 15 years. Okay. I'm proud of that record of recovery and rehabilitation. So, Hugh, typically the way we handle these hearings, for better or worse, on Capitol Hill is that the senators and the representatives on both sides alternate for 5 to 7 minutes apiece, and you don't have the staff questioning a witness. Now, that has been done in certain extraordinary occasions in our lifetimes, but that is usually something negotiated with a witness. So the Attorney General of the United States is well within past practice here of saying that he is willing to come and spend 2 to 3 hours with the traditional format, but he's not going to subject himself to a day-long interrogation by staffers who are not elected by the American people to represent them in Washington. And here I can say, too, this is not just a matter for the Judiciary Committee and the Attorney General. Cabinet members are always busy. They always need to come up for oversight on a periodic basis, but it's always subject to negotiations around their schedule and their availability in these formats.
Now, I draw a distinction, Senator Cotton. I wonder if you think it is salient between oversight hearings and investigatory hearings. And when we have witnesses who have to produce facts in an orderly fashion, as we did during the Kavanaugh hearing, it is useful sometimes to bring in a lawyer, as Sam Dash did during Watergate, as the Kavanaugh hearings, etc. But a member of Article 2, a cabinet member, executive branch agency, ought not to be subjected to interrogation by staff lawyers. And I do not believe, this goes to what Jerry Nadler said, it is not a standard method. Do you remember any member of the cabinet, and correct me if I'm wrong, any member of the cabinet since your time in the Senate who's been questioned by staff lawyers?
Oh, in my time in the Senate, certainly not, Hugh. I mean, maybe back in the day when you were in Washington in the 70s or 80s, perhaps since then, but certainly not in these last 6 years since I've been in the House and the Senate.
And so is Representative Nadler misstating facts, and do you expect fact checkers to call him on it?
The first, I haven't paid much attention to what he said, Hugh, so I couldn't tell you for sure. The second, almost certainly not, since so-called fact checkers are really just liberal reporters gussied up with a fancy term. But look, I just say this to Chairman Nadler and the Democrats. If they are incapable of going toe-to-toe with Bill Barr, if they have put people on the Judiciary Committee who are not skilled questioners and talented attorneys, that's a you problem. Why should Bill Barr accommodate their failures in the fact that they don't have talented lawyers on the committee who can go toe-to-toe with a talented lawyer like Bill Barr? Why should he bend over backwards to accommodate them? They should be able to do the basic job that their voters elected them to do, which is to conduct oversight of the executive branch.
I want to play the quote again so the audience understands what he said. Cut number 10.
He is not going to dictate the format of the Judiciary Committee. What we're planning to do is that after the members finish questioning for 5 minutes, the Democratic counsel will have half an hour to question, and the Republican counsel will have half an hour to question. And that's a standard method of doing things.
It's not a standard method. Tom Cotton, do you think the Attorney General should just tell him to pound sand?
So, yeah, not standard at all, especially to do both of them together, to let members take their 5 minutes to grandstand for the TV cameras and be ineffective in asking questions or more likely giving a speech for 5 minutes, and then to come back and have counsel ask questions. That is not standard at all. And I would tell the Attorney General that he should stand his ground on this one. If they want him to come up and they want to question him as members who are elected to do this job, that's what they should do. That's what we did during the Obama administration.
I agree, and that is the standard method, but I do believe they've got Attorney General insecurity. Bill Barr scares them. That's what's really going on here. Senator Cotton, always a pleasure. The brand new book is Sacred Duty. You can order it at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, wherever books are sold, and you can come to the Nixon Library on May the 29th to meet Senator Cotton in person, have him sign your book that you buy at the library, and I'm going to have some fun introducing him that night. So don't miss it. Go to Nixon Foundation, get your tickets now, and come back for Hour 3 of the Hugh Hewitt Show.